we got to talk about our boy Tyrese suffered a devastating injury, which they seem to report was his Achilles. But Pete, what was your thoughts just when you saw that happen and all that go down?
Oh, man. I mean, it's over. I knew it was over from the moment, you saw that, which is unfortunate because he came out hot. You know what I mean? He came out as a leader. You could tell he was ready. He was prepared. And then I knew right away, once I seen him fall down, then they replayed it. He looked back to see what happened. And then you could, read his lips when, shout out Josh Corbill, who, the trainer that was there, the first respond there, you could see him say like,
yep.
It's done. It's done. Like, I did it. It happened. So yeah, I feel for him.
The craziest part of that injury to me is obviously we've seen people go through that injury, and most times they look back, but they're always grimacing in pain. And not that I didn't think he was grimacing in pain, but you could just see how hurt that he was so sad that like that almost overshadowed his pain at that moment. He was just hitting the floor going, no. Like it was like an emotional injury too. Like a lot of guys, they're just holding their leg. He was just disappointed because he knew it was a wrap. And that is a tough way to, I don't think we've seen something like that in Game 7 NBA Finals. Not in
the Game 7. I remember the KD when he tore his Achilles in the Finals 2019. But this is different. This is different for a Game 7, win or go home, leaving it all on the line. And, I mean, you can literally see the trophy. Got a chance to win it on the opposing team's floor. Like, for him going into the situation, no sweeter, set up to a championship than this right here. And then, you hear guys talk about it all the time. I've never gone to the, finals, and I'm going on year 16. You hear guys talk about it all the time. I've been one time, haven't been back since, or haven't even gotten out of the first. Like, guys have different stories throughout the league, so it's just tough. When you put it in perspective, this type of injury, that injury alone is hard to come back from. So, it's tough, man. It's a brutal injury.
When you think about it, in the playoffs alone, who else we seen? We seen Damian Lillard. We seen Jason Tatum, even the great Kobe. And
is that's the only Achilles of the year? Those three?
Damian and Tatum.
I feel like it was one more person in the playoffs, it's been a lot of Achilles just in general.
Yeah.
With that said, though, Pete, with Tyrese right now with the Achilles, and I want your expert opinion on this, Pete. Why do you think the players keep suffering this injuries in today's game? Is it the pace of the play, or is it Tatum and Haliburton played in the Olympics, right? So
long season.
Long season. Do you think they doing too much practice, or do you think they want it so much because they know, oh, this is the year that I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to practice harder and harder. Do they need to? I know they changing all these different rules in the game. They having all these different in-game tournaments and stuff now. Do you think that's even a problem? Like that in-game tournament, because it's like you get to the finals and your Achilles goes out.
Well, I mean, in his situation, who knows the underlying injury that was there? Who like he might have had like the calf. He's had a calf strain, right?
Right.
So he has some type of soft tissue injury there. And who's to say, like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not there, but I've had injuries where I've gotten, shots, or I've taken pills to numb the pain. So I'm hurting. My body is telling me that it's broken down, but you take something to alleviate the pain and you don't feel shit anymore, right? So you're playing like your normal self. Matter of fact, you might be playing like the season just started because that's how good you feel. It feels like this is game one. Your body it feels like you're in game one. And then and this is the most intense game of his career, right?
Right.
And so, you don't know, like he takes a step, pop, it just tears. I've been in situations where my knee was banged up, my shoulders were banged up. and I took the Toradol shot, and it was like a flip of a switch.
Feel like a new person.
A new person, bro.
Wow.
Like I felt like I didn't need to stretch. I felt like, you know, when you walk in the gym and like
feel nice and warm.
the first time you touch the ball, you throw the shit up in the air and go dunk it. Like that's how you feel. It feels like game 1 of the NBA. Like your body just feels fresh. And it heats your body up, right? The medicine heats your body up. So like you just feel brand new.
Good.
And you're unaware of the injury. You don't even think about it no more. Like all you notice is like, I'm fucking Superman. Like
Right.
I can go through a wall right now. And so your body is sending you the check engine light. You disregard that.
And that play was all instinct. He hit 3 out of 4 threes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone closed out tough. That's what a basketball player does.
Mm-hmm. That's his patent.
I mean, that's what he
Drive
does.
left.
So
yep.
he was just making the shots alone. He was probably feeling good. I mean, he was talking in that timeout, but
and it could be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. It's a lot. He's playing. Like you said, from the Olympics, the long season, long playoff run. All like how fast Indiana plays, the pace that they play at. And I think you're seeing it a lot just with NBA guys in general because of how fast the game is now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a lot more possessions. It's a lot more up and downs. If you track how many miles basketball players ran 10, 20 years ago to how many miles basketball players are running now on the court, you know what I mean? It's probably a mile difference. You know what I mean?
Do you think if they, I think LeBron said this the other day, they should have how many minutes a quarter now? He said something.
What he said, 10 or something?
I think it's like 10 minutes a quarter.
That the game should be at 10 minutes a quarter?
10 minutes a quarter. Do you think that'll help it out a little bit? Because he'll get less time each quarter because other players got to play. So do you think if that did happen, you think that could be a help?
No, I don't know.
I don't think it's going to help enough.
I don't think it's going to help enough. I don't think it's going to help enough.
What about just the strained calf debate? Because I think KD had the same thing. Do you think guys, kind of a two-part question, do you think guys moving forward, if they have a strained calf, it seems like they're high risk at this point to rupturing that Achilles tendon? What are your thoughts on that? Will that be shut it down moving forward?
I think at the end of the day, it falls on the player, right? At the end of the day, it falls on the player. But I do think there needs to be a better relationship because I've been on, like I said, been on organizations where, like, I'll tell them, hey, this is like, this don't feel right. Like, oh, take this, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then, something happens and it's getting worse and it's worse and it's worse. But there needs to be a better, I think, relationship amongst the player and the training staff or the front office. But in this situation, like, again, you're not going to hold nobody out of a game 7. Like, you're not going to hold me out of a game 7 in 4 finals. In KD's situation, we're in the finals. Like, you're not going to hold me out. And I was thinking, like, damn, Indy should probably sit him game 3, right? They did their job. They split back in, Oklahoma, did their job. Game 3, it looked like he was questionable at that point. Was he going to play? Was he not going to play? How bad is the injury? He came out and he just didn't look himself, right? Like that. If he like, and I get it, playoffs, like you want to play every game. Hindsight, you want to play that, but like if you were to be able to kind of foresee, an injury like this coming, like maybe we should sit him game 3. Try to at least give him a little rest, and then try to get game 4, win that, because he wasn't himself game 3.
Somebody got to put their foot
and you
down
saw it.
in the upper office. Because he said if he can walk, he can play.
Yeah.
Somebody should have said no. Let's get you healed as much as you can. But I think if I was a player, I know what they go through. It's like you thinking of your fans because they gonna beat you down. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
if he doesn't play,
exactly.
Like, that's what
it's like he probably going through that and just he's there. Like, I'm in the finals.
You're in the finals.
But it's like, man.
I mean, that's what it comes like. If you in the finals, you want to play. Period. Point blank, period, regardless what's going on. Give me the pill, give me the shot in the ass. Like,
that's a pause.
We don't
That's
do
a
that.
bust.
We don't do that no
He
more.
We
got
don't do
me
that no
once.
more.
We don't do that
We don't do that no more.
We too grown
Okay,
for that.
ever since
Coutinho?
Coutinho,
Yeah,
we
Coutinho's
don't do
up
that no
now?
more. Yeah,
Hey,
he shut
we
it
old
down.
for that.
Hey,
We
my
old.
bad,
We
bro.
old.
We don't do that no more.
We
We too
OGs
grown
now.
for that.
We
We
shut
OGs.
that shit down.
Monkey.
I just think everybody, and it's a good thing to have. I just think a lot of these players have the Kobe mentality. You see how Kobe played with nothing but injuries and everything. He hurt his last game with the Achilles and still went to the free throw line. So if you watch somebody like that growing up and you have injuries, I think every player's like, I got that Kobe mentality. I don't care. I'm going to die on the court if I have to. And I just think in this situation, of course, we going to say he shouldn't have played, but we not in that situation to know what the feeling he has and his wife, girlfriends, family, whatever is like. If you can walk, like he said, I can play. You know, if it's not bothering, but you know, shout out to Tyrese, man. You did your shit today, though, man.
Shout out Tyrese, man.
Hey, one quick follow-up question, because again, if he doesn't go play, he gets ripped, right? He gets ripped. And he goes out there and plays. I'm not trying to be insensitive or anything like that, but it's just the truth of the matter is that when, luckily it was his right leg, I believe. And it's not like Tyrese is a 2-foot jumper, you know what I mean? But most guys don't produce as well after that injury. It's a tough injury to come back from. So, like, again, Game 7, I get it. You got to go play. But it will be interesting to see from, like, a franchise perspective. Like, that's their guy.
Yeah.
And now you probably don't have him for the following year. You can't really depend. If I'm a franchise and a business, we might not, sadly, get the same Tyrese back. So
that's true.
It's a tough risk reward. I mean, that's a big swing.
Yeah. Damn. It shapes, it's going to shape the future of Indiana. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The same way the injury with Jason Tatum's going to shape the future of Boston. You know what I mean? Like, that window that they had of keeping those guys together
might look different.
It might look different. You got to wait out another year. You know what I mean? And so, like, things change, the league changed, guys move around. That, who's to say, like, the window, and we're talking about a 23-year-old. So, like,
exactly.
He'll heal. He's young.
Exactly.
He'll heal, but that injury is a hard one to come back from.
Sad to see, and we'll keep him in our prayers. And
all I can say is, at the end of the day, he gonna be better when he do come back, I think, because he's young. And we all know that was a hell of a series we just watched.